It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate.
Shaq Attaq, I've always been like that. Here comes power play, Shaq jamming, slamming on the attack, making the moves, give and go. Shaq's playing a winning show. Shaq Attaq, I've always been like that. Can't stop this scoring machine. Shaq's a classic playing dream with a power crash hoop. Don't turn your back, cause it might be the Shaq Attaq. Shaq Attaq figures and hoop sets, each sold separate.
What it do, world? It's your boy Superstar Fresh, representing superstarblog.com, and I'm back again with another sneaker unboxing. I picked these up from Champ Sports. Shout out to Champ Sports. No, they aren't free, although I wish they were, but they are not free. Spent my own dime on them, but it's all good because I wanted this pair of kicks. I actually got them from the retail location, and I think it was PG Plaza Mall. Yeah, that's where I got it from. PG Plaza Mall in Maryland. Shout out to that Champ store too, man, because their customer service was awesome. I actually went online and I ordered them, and I saw that they had these kicks in stock, and they were for a really, really good price. So I said, okay, well, instead of me ordering them online, let me go ahead and pick them up in store. And I showed up actually an hour after I placed the order, and when I got there, the store was packed. I waited in line. I actually got to the front of the line, and when it was my turn, they had the shoes right behind them. They had pulled them already, and the transaction was smooth sailing. And again, shout out to Champ Sport out at PG Plaza Mall, man. Their customer service was awesome, and I'm definitely going to go back to pick up some more kicks. So without further ado, as you can see, these are Reebok pumps, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the shoe itself. I just showed y'all the box because, you know, it's a dope box. Personally, you know, I really like the design of the box. Even though it's just a regular box, but this flat, man, I actually think that's dope. And I really like when, you know, a brand actually says, okay, yeah, let's differentiate ourselves and make a dope box. I think for a classic shoe, this is actually a dope ass box. So kudos to Reebok for the box. All right, let me get to the kicks. All right, so there's the shoe right there, man. It's a Reebok Shaq Attaq. It's the Christmas edition. I think they call these the Ghost of Christmas Present, I believe it was. Yeah, I think that's what they called them online. But yeah, it's the Christmas shoe, man. And, you know, I really wanted this model. I love this model since I was a kid. They came out when I was about 10 or 11, you know, back in 92, 93. And I remember it being a big hype around it, you know what I'm saying? Back then, you know, with Shaq coming out and Shaq being, you know, a #1 draft pick, and, you know, all of the hype around him. It was like Reebok said, okay, yeah, let's do something real dope, pick him up and give him his first pro model. And they came up with this shoe, man. And again, shout out to Julie Close, the designer of this shoe. I mean, Judy Close. You know, shout out to Judy Close, the designer of this shoe, man. She went to town on this shoe, and it is just a dope, iconic silhouette, you know. If you look at it, man, you can't help but notice this shoe, you know, on anybody's foot. Even back then, you know, with the limited color selection, which is also why I decided my first pair should be these Christmas pairs. You know, this Christmas pair, because I collect Christmas sneakers, you know, Christmas packs or whatever. And I just started fairly recently, like a couple of years ago, when I got the Christmas LeBron 10. But now I have the Christmas LeBron 11. And I also have this to add to my Christmas collection. You know, and yeah, I like the shoe, man. It's a dope shoe. Real iconic design. Shout out to Reebok for being bold enough to say, you know what, we're gonna re-release the shoe in multiple colorways, because, you know, back then you could only get the home and away version of the Orlando Magic colors for the shoes. So it was only 2 pair to pick from, and despite the price point being kind of steep back in the day, it was like 130 bucks. People still bought them, man. They still sold out pretty good. You know, they sold out at certain stores, and people still remember them. And, you know, when Reebok announced that they were going to retro them, you know, people my age were actually hyped that they were going to retro them. And, you know, despite all of the people complaining about, oh, all of these colors, this, that, and third, I think it's dope, man. You know, because even though it's like a retro and it is an old kick, you get to see it in a new light with different colors, so on and so forth. And this Christmas one is just one of my favorites that I've seen. So I made sure this is the first pair I got. Not alone, you know, also the fact that I got it for like a steal. It was only like $60. So, you know, I really love the shoe, man. Everything from like, you know, the hang tag, man. It's right here that they decided to add to it, which is dope. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. And also, it's a lot of first time elements in this shoe for both Reebok and Shaq. Like you see on the hang tag and also on the back of on the heel of the shoe, you see the iconic Shaq logo, and this was actually the first product to have that logo on it, you know, which is dope, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Jordan's got the Jumpman and Shaq's got the, you know, the Dunk and Shaq logo, and that was the first time for Reebok. Also, it was the first time for Reebok giving a player the signature shoe and having his name be associated with it. So it was a lot of firsts with this shoe. First time for Reebok signing a, you know, world-class athlete and giving them their own product, you know, their shoe line. And it was also Shaq's first shoe, and the designer who made it just knocked it out the park the first time. And also some of the features on the shoe are first times for Reebok as well. Like the actual laces, you know, the lace holes or whatever, it's actually called the quick lace system. And the quick lace system is fairly common, you know, nowadays with shoes, but back then it was relatively unheard of, and it's actually for, you know, you can swap your laces in and out, you know, whether or not you're sitting on a bench, so on and so forth. It just made it easier to lace up your shoe. And also on the bottom, you know, you can see that pattern on the bottom is actually called a graphite plate, and that was a first for Reebok. And as you can see that design, man, you see that everywhere. I even had a pair of Jordans that I think they called it carbon fiber, but it looks the same. It just was darker as opposed to being black and white, and that was a first as well. But with all of that aside, man, I just love the shoe, man. It's dope, you know, and I had to buy it when I saw that it was so cheap, man. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and my wife actually didn't like them. She was like, "Oh God, these shoes are fucking hideous," and I was like, you know what? I like them. So when we went in the store and I had them in my hand, she said, "You know what? They look a lot better in person." And I was like, yeah, these shoes are definitely dope. I'm glad you're on board. And she even suggested that I get the green laces, because I was actually had a red pair in my hand. And she was like, no, get the green ones. I think the red is just pop out too much. No, get the green ones. The green ones will work a lot better. And, you know, I did the lace swap because the original laces were white with red lace tips. And they were dope. You know what I'm saying? They're dope laces. But, you know, I'm just addicted to lace swaps. You know what I'm saying? So most of my shoes, I've changed my laces out, you know, and I did it with these and no regrets. So shout out to my wife for the suggestion. And also the materials on the shoe, I actually like. I'm in love with it. It's like a suede nubuck. And also if you see like right here on this particular part, it's like glittery, you know, and it's got like a little shimmer to it. And the actual tongue and around the top of the shoe, this is actually patent leather. And me, I'm a fan of patent leather, and I mean in pieces, you know what I'm saying? Not a whole shoe, you know what I'm saying? Like those horrible Dadas that came back out, you know, came out back in the day that Chris Webber, I believe, was endorsing. But no, I like patent leather in, you know, in a limited limited way. Like, remember back in the day when I was younger, I had a pair of Air Force One mids that were white and black and had the black patent leather accents. I thought those were dope, and if they ever retro them, I'm definitely gonna try to get a pair if I got the money. They just went to town with this shoe, man. I really liked it. And even in the inside of the shoe, let me try to straighten this up for you guys. You can see that they actually had like a, you know, in the inside of the tongue, it's actually like a Shaq, you know, it's stitched in, and I actually think that's dope, man. Most of the time, people don't pay attention to little stuff like that, but I definitely appreciate it as a shoe collector. Anything that set the shoe out, you know, from something else, you know, and I like little small pieces like that in, you know, on actual shoes, man. I appreciate little things like that, you know, different materials, you know, patches, all that shit to me is dope, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely thought this was a dope pair of shoes. You know, so I went ahead and I bought them, man. So I went ahead and decided to share the unboxing with you guys. And, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate the support. As always, the superstarblog.com. Go ahead, check out the site. You can also go ahead and follow the site once you get on the site, as well as follow me on Twitter. I also follow back, MLMENT, and that's the same name on Instagram as well, MLMENT. So yeah, hit me up, leave some comments, let me know what's going on. And again, I'm going to definitely do more unboxings, go through my collection, talk about my grails, stuff that's on my list, even stuff that I buy. So again, thanks for the support, all of the likes, the thumbs ups, subscribe, let people know about the channel, leave your comments. Thanks, man. Peace out. Superstarblog.com, Superstar Fresh. You have a good one. Thanks, YouTube.
God damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
He good.
You must be crazy.